While Paul Thomas Anderson has worked in the Hollywood system for almost his entire career, he has still been able to maintain an independent spirit while undergoing a dramatic evolution of his cinematic style. Anderson's first films were filled with movement, as well as frequent and exuberant use of the Steadicam. As Anderson's style matured, his use of Steadicam shots lessened. This didn't take away from Anderson's films, but rather made it easier for him to share important information when the story called for it. The precision of his tracking shots allow Anderson to deliver vast detail about character relationships and motives in a short period of time. Let's take a look at one of his earlier films, Boogie Nights, a story set in the San Fernando Valley of Southern California circa 1970 during the rise of the Golden Age in the porn industry. The opening scene of Boogie Nights starts off with the title itself, and immediately following is a heavy tilt to the left. The camera of this crane shot acts more as an out-of-body experience than it does just a camera filming the story. The camera focuses on a single car in the middle of the busy streets of Reseda. The camera then pans down to introduce Maurice, who is talking towards the camera, then quickly whips to the left, introducing two more characters, Jack and Amber. The quick movements of the camera mirror the rapid-paced lives the characters live. Because of the tracking shot, we are able to follow the three characters without getting distracted by the multitudes of people encased in the packed establishment. Anderson's camera is rapturous, wanting to include everything and everyone at once. But if you look carefully, you'll notice that at every point your vision is trained to focus on one particular character or area of activity, so that you're never overwhelmed or confused. After following Maurice onto the dance floor, we are plunged directly into a state of sensory overload, getting washed up in the vivid palette of red and orange with accents of neon. We are then introduced to two more characters, Reed and Buck.
Hey, Maurice, hey, cowboy. That's a cowboy? Oh, that's, you like it? It's nice, right? Yeah.
The camera moves on from the dance floor and focuses on the waiter. The audience is able to keep track of him because although the club is filled with people, they are static compared to the waiter's movements that are parallel to the cameras. It also employs lighting cues like the spotlight on Roller Girl. Anderson often uses light to introduce a character or bring attention to their arrival.
I forgot! If you don't do it tomorrow, it'll be the weekend. You'll never be able to see her. Okay? What's the matter down there? I gotta go pee. Well, go then.
The shot comes to a close with a double climax, a battle between speed and staticity. A lateral sweep across the dance floor exemplifies a joyous expression of Roller Girl's young body in motion. The camera then slows down to focus on Eddie Adams, backlighting his youthful good looks like a discovery hidden in plain sight. Punch Drunk Love was Anderson's fourth feature film. It follows Barry, a lonely middle-aged man with overbearing sisters, struggling to determine his identity and how to love. With Punch Drunk Love, Anderson moves away from ensemble filmmaking to single out one character. The simpler premise allows for his tracking shots to discover more complex emotions. From the minute the shot starts, the audience can feel a sense of gnawing anxiety as the camera slowly pushes towards Barry. When Barry enters the room, he is quickly pushed to the left side of the frame, almost as if it's pushing him against his sisters as they casually tease him, practically in an abusive manner. The tracking shot continues to slowly push forward, allowing the audience to watch not only Barry, but his sisters as they move around him, creating a sense of restlessness.
We were calling you gay boy and you got so mad. Are you gay now?
I don't know. I don't know.
Trying to figure figure out why you had the hammer in the first place?
Anderson uses this sort of tracking shot to his advantage by utilizing the space around him. He does this by having one character call to Barry from outside the shot,
Why do you have the hammer?
and then having a new character walk in on the opposite side of the frame.
Building a doghouse.
Anderson does this to create a sense of chaos. Barry is pushed from left to right, offsetting the original slow forward motion of the camera. Inherent Vice is Anderson's most recent film. Set in the 1970s, this film follows Doc, a private investigator as well as a pothead, who has to navigate a psychedelic world of surfers, stoners, and cops to solve a case. In this example, Anderson utilizes the tracking shot to present to the audience a relationship between the characters unseen in the dialogue. Anderson utilizes tracking shots throughout this film, but he does so exceptionally in one-on-one scenes. The scene starts off with both Doc and Shasta in the darkness as the light brings attention to the hectic life Doc lives as shown by the cars and bikes passing by, while Doc turns from left to right, getting distracted by the slightest of things. As the two approach Shasta's car, she shifts into the light, allowing the audience to focus on her. The two lines from the car's window point directly to her face, making her the focus point of this shot, as well as the center of attention in Doc's world.
You don't have to go.
Watch your toes.
For a brief moment, Doc shifts out of the darkness, again losing his focus as more people pass him by. Doc continually looks back as Shasta drives away, bringing to light his fondness of her.
Depend on Wolfman's guaranteed level of ease and power, and least askable of all.
As the scene goes on, Doc goes dark again as Anderson introduces Dennis, who is, in turn, the light of the shot.
Hey, what's up, Doc? Hey, dude. What's up, man? What's going on? You all right?
Doc knew the likely reply. I love him.
Doc repeatedly looks back, furthering the audience's intuition in the fact that Shasta is of importance to Doc.
Too overused.
What are you looking at?
As the two walk down the stairs, the frame creates a sort of vantage point, with the white fence and the light hitting the wall ever so perfectly as the two lead to a single point, looking almost like a road, making it seem as if this is the first stop in Doc's story. This sort of vantage point is seen multiple times throughout the film, making it seem as if each point is a stop along the road of Doc's story. Throughout all of Anderson's films, he has used tracking shots to effectively communicate his ideas. Although over time his shots became less flashy, they were still packed with the vast detail and complexity that was seen in Boogie Nights and on. Anderson largely forgoes his signature camera movements in order to tunnel into the human mind, and he does so effectively.